Welcome to DCTV. I'm Max Hutchison, and this is your news for today, Thursday, March 21st, 2024. To keep up with the rising cost of living, the federal minimum wage is rising to $17.30 per hour on April 1st. The increase from the current wage of $16.65 is to reflect the increase in the annual average consumer price index for last year. The government says about 30,000 employees in the federally regulated private sector will benefit from the increase. Ontario Premier Doug Ford is shutting down efforts to introduce fourplexes in neighborhoods across the province. After weeks of active discussions at Queen's Park over whether or not to allow developers to build up to 4 units on a single property without municipal approval, Ford has referred to the policy as a massive mistake that would anger residents living in traditional suburbs. This is one of the policies the Ford government has not implemented, despite struggling to meet their goal of 1.5 million new homes by 2031. And with more on what's happening around the Durham campus, here's DC's Kate Howell.
There was an Art in the Pit event today from 1:30 to 3 p.m. I had the pleasure of speaking with Danny to learn more about this event.
This is an annual event that has occurred since approximately 2016 in collaboration with the Living Room Community Art Studio, which is a not-for-profit in the community providing low or no barrier access to art making space and supplies, and if wanted, guidance and company and workshops, or just sit down and do your own thing and decompress. So the nature of their not-for-profit really aligns with the focuses for our course, Community Collaborative Service Learning, where we focus on engaging with the community. So when you walk around, everybody's doing something a little bit different, and it's to their comfort while also connecting. So some people are going to have stations of activity where it's a very conversational, there's a lot of connection, and others it's here is a gift, a creative gift from me to you to engage with on your own time.
If you missed the event today, there will be a similar event next week, same time, same place.
Next week, there's a market that's not curricular, it's voluntary. So people are going to come, they're going to sell things, mostly cash only. 1:30 to 3:30, you can expect to find some or all of the same people. It depends who decides after this, for some of them, first-time experience engaging with the public, who wants to do it again next week.
In Oshawa for DCTV News, I'm Kate Howell.
An assault at a Whitby High School has sent one person to the hospital. Officers were called to Father Leo J. Austin Secondary School just before 12:30 p.m. this afternoon. Police confirmed one male has been taken to the hospital, suffering non-life-threatening injuries. The victim was allegedly attacked with a baseball bat off school property. Police did not say if the victim was a student of the school. There is no one in custody at the time, but it appears to be an isolated incident with no concerns to public safety. The school day and classes continued as usual. Support was available to students who required it. We'll be right back after this with a message about how we can save our planet together.
Water is a precious resource that helps sustain life on Earth. We need to take responsibility and conserve water. An average family of 4 uses 881 gallons of water per week just by flushing the toilet. The average 10-minute shower uses around 40 gallons. 97% of water on this earth is salt water from seas and oceans. Only 1.2% is drinkable. Water is the lifeblood of our planet, and we are facing a crisis. Every drop counts. Help preserve and save water. A message from TC Broadcasting.
Immigration Minister Mark Miller has announced that Canada, for the first time, will be decreasing the number of immigrants in Canada from 6.2% to 5% over the next few years due to the number of temporary residents coming to Canada over the last few years. These targets will be set in September of this year. He says that the country is addicted to temporary residents and that changes are needed to make the system more efficient and sustainable. That's all your news for today. Now Ganesh has everything you need to know from the sports world.
Thank you, Max. The Toronto Maple Leafs were on the road last night in the U.S. Capitol, matching up against the Washington Capitals. The Leafs' top guys rose to the occasion, leading them to a 7-3 win. Austin Matthews led the way with a 5-point night, netting 2 goals and 3 assists. William Nylander also had a strong performance with 3 points on the night. They will travel back home for a Saturday showdown against Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. The March Madness NCAA tournament is officially underway. The 64-team showdown is the biggest college sports tournament in the United States. Fans from across the country are looking forward to the upsets, the excitement, and most importantly, cheering on their respective schools. Some notable favorites for the tournament are the Yukon Huskies, Houston Cougars, and the Purdue Boilermakers. The tournament kicks off today with a 16-game slate. Tiger Woods has officially registered for the 2024 Masters Tournament. Woods, a 5-time Masters champion, most recently in 2019, has played only one full tournament over the past year. He recently withdrew just 6 holes into the second round of the Genesis Invitational in February after having flu-like symptoms. The 48-year-old golf legend believes that he has what it takes to take home not only another tournament win, but his 16th major title. How much do Canadians know their sports? We have Leslie Green doing sports trivia on the campus at Durham College.
Hi, I'm here at Durham College to find out whether the students of the younger generation know less about sports than the older generation.
No, I don't really know much about sports.
I'm a big advocate for sports.
So much about sports, definitely.
I'm a huge sports enthusiast.
Let's skip this question.
Austin Matthews, John Tavares, and William Nylander.
Wayne Gretzky. He's the only hockey player I know.
Oh, that's easy. Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and William Nylander, my guy.
Is that where you do magic and you like pull stuff out of the hat?
Patrick is one of the players, scores 3 goals.
Points? Oh, 3 points in a row? Oh, 3 goals in a row. Thank you, helper behind screen.
One player during one game gets 3 goals in that specific game.
2 questions down and 1 to go, but the verdict is still out on whether college kids know their sports.
I want to say 12.
5 players and 1 goalie, so that'd be 6 per side, which would give us 12. Maybe
Guess and say 8 players.
You have 5 players on each side of the ice, and then 2 goaltenders on each team. So in total, that'd be 12 players on the ice.
Heard it here first, guys. It seems like 50% of people do know sports and 50% don't. So I guess the jury is still out on whether college kids do or don't enjoy sports anymore. I'm Leslie Green for DCTV News, and back to the desk.
The Boston Celtics are the first team in the NBA to clinch a playoff spot this season. The Celtics are storming over the league this year, rocking a 55-14 record. No other team has even surpassed the 50-win mark, let alone 55. They have been on a different level since opening night and still have yet to lose a gear. Could this be the year they climb to the Larry O'Brien? As they still have a tough road ahead, as there are many great teams in the league, but fans are saying that this is their year. Time will tell. That's a wrap on sports. Next up, we go over to Edmund, who has the latest in the world of entertainment.
Thanks, Ganesh. Margot Robbie is set to produce a new movie inspired by The Sims. After a great success bringing Barbie to the big screen, Margot will be turning her sights to producer of one of the most popular video games of all time, The Sims, which was released in 2000. It is one of the best-selling computer games in history and is set to be adapted for the big screen under Robbie's production banner, Lucky Chap. 90s UK band Chumbawamba, made famous by their smash hit Thumb Thumping, it has been called for New Zealand right-wing politician to stop using their song, as they do not want people to think it aligns with their views. Politicians have used this song in the past, as this song they wrote is to send a positive, uplifting message to people. The song is spreading happiness only. Mark your calendar for March 22nd. Shakira is set to make her long-awaited return with her first album release in 7 years. Los Mejores La No Loren is poised to be a soundtrack of strength for listeners around the world. The album will include 17 songs. These songs are meant to empower women. That being said, the name of the song, No Women No Longer Cry, this album will look to top her previous success in 2017, El Dorado. Comic-Con held their annual festival this past weekend in the Convention Center in Toronto. With more on that, here's Carmela.
It's that time of the year again. Toronto Comic Con is back. Many people from different fandoms finally get together for a fun time. While some people came casually, others came in cosplay. While seeing the fantastic cosplayers, I spoke to some of them to see if it's difficult to navigate in cosplay within the huge crowd.
I'm gonna be honest, it is a little bit difficult because of all these like flowing parts on my cosplay and stuff, and I have to keep track to make sure that everything stays fine and everything. But yeah, I'd say so.
In cosplay, kind of, unless you're wearing like something very, very big or something very complicated that takes up a lot of room, it can be difficult. As for finding things, if you've never been here before, it's a bit messy. But if you've been here plenty of times, then yeah, I would say so.
Along with the cosplayers, I got the chance to speak with one of the vendors within Artist Alley to see what's their favorite part about selling their art at a convention.
You know, just like interacting with people and like really sharing our love for like all the various, series, the comics, the video games. And like sometimes, you're stuck at home, you're doing, I'm working alone at home. So this is like my time to kind of shine and be able to interact with everyone and just have some fun,
For DC TV News in Toronto, I'm Carmela Benhatton.
Olivia Rodrigo has come under fire after she was caught giving out birth control and Plan B at one of her concerts. Rodrigo, a pro-choice activist, was taking matters into her own hands, handing out birth control at her concerts, saying she wanted to help women in need. But some people did not like this, and she got backlash as there were children attending her concerts. After all the backlash, Olivia and her team decided moving forward, they will not be handing out birth control or Plan B during any of their concerts. That's all for your world of entertainment. Here's Alex with the news, with the weather.
Thanks, Edmund. Here's your 5-day weather forecast for Thursday, March 21st through to Monday, March 25th. Today on Thursday, we're going to reach a high of -3 and a low of -7 with a mix of sun and clouds. Friday is going to be a high of -3 and a low of -6 and a cloudy day. Saturday is going to be cloudy with a high of 2 and a low of -8. On Sunday, we're going to reach some sun with a high of 1 and a low of -4. And to cap off our 5-day weather forecast on Monday, it's going to be a high of 5 and a low of 2. And that's going to be a cloudy day. Now that concludes all of our weather forecasts. Back to Max at the news desk.
Thanks, Alex. That's all we have for our show today. Our news and information on campus and beyond. Be sure to follow us on X at DC Broadcasting or check out our website at dctv.ca. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.